going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's Hainsey coming back for another video, and the season is around the corner. Footy's back, baby. Footy is back. The mighty Roosters are back in action for the first time in 2024. This Saturday at Industree Group Stadium on the Central. This Saturday, Industree Group Stadium on the Central Coast. 3:45 kickoff, I believe. We are taking on the Manly Seagulls in the first preseason challenge for the 2024 season. To hear the preview with us, we're back with our previews, and we've got the great Paddy G joining us. Paddy, how are you, my friend? What's going on?
Great, mate. We are the kings of the preseason. Our regular season may be shit, but we're going to kill it in the preseason. We did it last year, and back-to-back, it's back-to-back season.
Back-to-back in the preseason challenge. Basically the Community Shield equivalent. But
at least we're winning something.
Yeah, you got to win something. We won the wrong coup cup in the Anzac Cup, and that was about it last year. So we did win something as well. And the Gotcha for Life Cup as well against Manly as well. We did win that as well. But
which is the most prestigious trophy, I would say, in rugby league outside the Pro and Summons.
100%. Should be the Bob Fulton Cup, but not going to happen. But anyway, we are here to preview our first preseason challenge. Obviously, we are playing this Saturday in Industrial Group Stadium. There will be a live stream watch along on the YouTube channel for the first time for the season, and one of the rare ones, because I'll be trying to go to every game apart from Vegas, which I'm spewing about, but we move on. But obviously, Paddy, how are you looking forward to Manly being back? Obviously, you guys had a great win against South Sydney, which we were cheering about. Talk us through the friendly trial game against Souths on it was yesterday at the time of recording. How'd that feel?
Well, there's nothing friendly about rugby league. The boys went there to do a job, and South Sydney are crying, saying, we fielded a weaker team. That was your fault. We had Luke Brooks playing. That was basically about it. No team who has ever conceded 68 points has gone on to win a comp. Sorry, South Sydney. We are the preseason kings for a reason. They call the Penrith Panthers the Manly Seagulls of the regular season.
Could you say you're the professionals of February?
Mate. February and a bit of January, I'd say, because we smashed the Dragons in that scrimmage.
I don't know if Dragons won.
Probably. Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares? It was behind closed doors. But obviously, we are here to preview the game this Saturday, and we're going to be going through our predicted lineups for the weekend. Obviously, by the time I'm recording, guys, the team list hasn't come out yet. It comes out Tuesday, 4 p.m. So I'm frothing for the first team list of the year. So we'll go through our predicted lineup, have a bit of discussion about the game itself and Vegas and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Hainsey_IT. Make sure you guys check out the great Paddy G on all social as well, the Tribal Chief as well. He's been smashing out content as well over the off-season. Obviously, he's been restricted into a moon boot, so there'll be more content this year with Paddy. But we're trying to get him to do some game day vlogs as well. I'd love to see some game day vlogs with the great Paddy G out at Brookie Oval. And we'll see each other in round 2. So let's get straight into the preview. Obviously, our first game of the season. What are you trying to expect from, all seriousness aside? Like, I know you guys want to win the preseason challenge because that's anything you guys can win. But what are you looking forward to the most about your first proper trial of the season?
I want to see, spoiler alert from our predicted team. Well, like you guys, the second preseason challenge match, we won't probably have our best team because the boys will be in Vegas. So, look, while I'd love to go back-to-back, we probably won't. So, in this case, the team that I've picked and I think Manly going to pick will be a bit stronger than the one that beat South Sydney 68-6, by the way. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Luke Brooks and DCE play together. I think that they will be the halves for the first half. Luke Brooks had a killer game by all accounts yesterday as of recording. So I'd really like to see how those two connect. And I want to see our fours. That was our biggest weakness, probably not just last year, but for the past 2 years. We've got a few injuries there at the moment, Sipley and Lodger out. So I'm hoping to see some young guns, especially in those middle forwards, stand up for us in a trial match against the Roosters, who, all joking aside, their forward pack gives me nightmares, and I'm not even bloody playing.
Yeah, it's crazy scary sometimes. I think with the same, I just want to see our new recruits do well. Obviously, we're going to, for the first time, we're going to see Dom Young and Spencer Leno in the tricolours for the first time, which is super exciting. You know, it's always good to see how they go. But I think for me, the one thing I want to get out of this is that I want our combinations to stick, to click. You know, we all know what's been going on with the Roosters with Luke Keary and Sam Walker. in the last few years where it's taken forever to get it right. So hopefully that we have this trial where they get it right leading into the season, because that's probably been our bad pun, Achilles heel, you could say. I just have to say it, but that's been our problem. We've been a slow starting team, and because we haven't been getting our combinations right. So I generally think that we just need to see our combinations, our spine, just get it together in this trial, even if it's for 40 minutes, just to build into the season. So that's the two things I would rather want to see. I want to see our new recruits do well, and I want our spine to gel leading into the season.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I want to see our recruits do, but not even if they just play well, like if they screw up an area here and there. I just want to see intent, and I want to see lots of effort, because look, anything can happen. It is the preseason. Some of the boys have forgotten how to hold the bloody Staten, so of course they're probably going to drop it a few times. I just want to see lots of effort and intent and improvement. We've got a few young guys, like there's guys in this team who haven't done so well, a few journeymen. So I just want to see them play with more intent and more effort. It is the preseason, especially for the blokes fighting for jerseys. And maybe not in your case because you got no bloody salary cap, but in our case, there's a few blokes there who are on 1-year contracts. And I think, if we stay injury free, God bless the injury gods, then maybe they won't see some first grade time this year. So this game is actually very important to a lot of those younger fringe guys.
Exactly right. And a lot of people take stick about trials. Oh, it's just trials. It doesn't mean anything. It does mean anything, because this is basically the coaches trying to figure out who's going to be in the team come round 1 of the season. So it's young fellas that to look out for coming into the future. He gets to settle on who do they want in the 17 come kickoff in Vegas for all teams. So this doesn't. And yesterday's trial, even though it was a 68-6 drubbing for both teams, it was seeing the young talent coming through, just seeing what they're looking out for in the seasons coming. Even in the other trials that we saw, the Dolphins and the Capras, they've got a little bit of allegiance. Same with Win and Manly and the Broncos. They're both for feeder clubs. Yeah, the Broncos are playing the Win and Manly. Like, they're both the same team, to be fair. Like, they're just trying to see these young fellas coming through and see if they've got potential and all that. And this is going to be happening within the next 2 weeks. Obviously, with us, it's the same, that we're going to have our team that we want to see in round 1 going to be playing this week. And then next week, it's our juniors to see could be anything, quoting my father, Rugby League Guru, to see what they can do. And I think it's one thing which the NRL have nailed it on the head with this preseason challenge, that the 4 teams are playing in Vegas. There's no disadvantage. They're playing each other. So there's no disadvantage to the preseason challenge. Obviously, you guys will play the Broncos next week while we play Souths. And then when we get into the season proper, 4 teams played Vegas, and then basically it swaps over in round 2. So I think they've done it really well. But yeah, so anyone saying that it's not a trial doesn't mean anything. It does mean anything, because it's really crucial to get your squad balance correct come the start of the season. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think what a lot of people, say about the trials is that when they say they don't matter, they mean the scorelines don't matter. And besides 68-6, which I'm going to continue to say throughout this video, I think I can agree with that. I think the scorelines don't really matter, but you obviously want to see you guys do well. You'd obviously rather win the trials than lose them. No player's going out there to, lose. They're all trying to win. So it gives you some sort of an indication. But rather than scorelines, which I agree, they don't really matter. Even the first few rounds don't really matter. It's about seeing combinations. If you got a half and a back rower and they concede 3 tries and, one half of the trial match, you're probably not going with them for round 1. And the opposite, if they're doing that together, then, they're probably going to be picked together round 1. So I think it's more about personnel and combinations rather than the actual scoreline. Like I said, I think for the fringe guys, the guys who are battling for bench spots, battling for starting spots where there's a lot of depth. Like I think for you guys, depending on who you're playing the forwards, that could determine a lot. I'll be interested to see if Robbo wants to start with, I'm not sure if Hargraves will probably play or probably not play because he's not available for round 1.
Not too sure, because obviously he's suspended for the first 2 rounds of the season, and they won't count the trial games won't count. So do you risk him? Do you give him game time just to get him fresh and get that experience ready? That, well, obviously he's played over 10 years, so he has experience, but just get the freshen up, get the legs ready come when he plays. When his first game of the season is going to be the biggest. Obviously, it's his 300th game, and it's against the arch rival. So you're getting ready for that. So obviously, there's a lot of decisions to make, and we'll find out more. Obviously, tomorrow afternoon. Well, the time we're recording Tuesday at 4 p.m. when the team news is announced to see who's going to be playing. So we'll find more out there. But also, I just found out before we went live that Nathan Brown has been promoted from his train and trial. He's been added to the 30-man squad. Obviously, he was at the Roosters last year. He did okay. He wasn't a standout, but he did okay in a tough period for the club. Obviously, he's went over the Manly. He's worked his butt off, and now he's promoted into the top 30. Can you see Nathan Brown having an impact this year?
I think I do because of where he is. I think, look, Christian, I love any player who plays for Manly, even if they're bloody P.O. Secchi during the, let's just say a certain jersey we wore. I'll always love a player for putting on a Manly jersey, but if you're training out Christian Tuipulotu for Nathan Brown, yes, Tuipulotu's a lot younger, but he's in a position where we have almost too much depth in the middle forwards. I mean, especially with the injuries that we've got to Lodge and Sipley, we need somebody help in the middle forwards. And heck, if the guy was good enough, I know the Roosters had a lot of injuries, but if he's good enough to be a bench forward for the Roosters and how good he was at the Eels, I don't think we'll ever see the best of him at the Eels again. But a bench forward, some depth, just to come on and do a job around the 20, 25-minute mark, I think is probably what we needed, especially with a few injuries to start off with. Will he be in our best 17 if we're, completely injury-free? No. But when is a team ever completely injury-free? I mean, look at South. They're not going to have their best team on the park until close to finals time. So you need depth, and I think we needed a middle forward more than a winger. Sucks Tuipulotu had to leave. I think he can do a job, but I'm not sure if he's in our best 17.
Yeah, I completely agree. And obviously, I'd like to see Jackson Paulo do well as well. Like, I have a soft spot for him. Obviously, he had a tough time at Souths. He come to the Roosters. And, yeah, look, it obviously wasn't going to be there long term. But I'm glad that he's got a chance now to prove that he's worth in the NRL at Manly. So that's the one I'll be looking out for Manly. And obviously, Luke Brooks. Luke Brooks is Luke Brooks. He started well yesterday, but hopefully for everyone's and for his sake as well, because he doesn't deserve the crap he deserves. He gets, but I generally hope he has a good season at Manly. So, yeah, there's sort of the two I'm looking out. The three I'm really looking out for this trial is Luke Brooks, Jackson Paulo, and Nathan Brown for Manly. And on obviously the combination of DCE and Luke Brooks, which could be a scary thing, could be a premiership, it could be premiership worthy. Who knows? But all to be revealed October 6th. All right, let's get straight into our predicted lineup. Something I haven't really done before on our preview, because when I do my previews, normally the team list is out, but we're doing it on the Monday night because I'm extremely busy. I am a busy man. So we'll get straight into the predicted lineup. Do you want me to go first, or are you happy to go first with Manly? It's up to you.
I'll kick it off first.
All right.
We'll go back to the team. So I've gone with a team that I don't think this will be probably close to our best 17, but I think with some injuries, some concerns out there, I'm a big believer, and don't risk anyone getting injured who even has a minor chance of having a soft tissue or something. I'm looking at you, Josh Schuster. So here is my team. At fullback, I've gone Tolo Kolo. I think he'll play some time there. So will Garrick, and so will Bailey Hodgson. Not that they will need a backup fullback at all this year, but just in case. On the wings, I've got Jackson Bolo, who I've had in my starting left wing for quite some time now. I'm not going to get through every player, but I thought he was a great get for the Roosters to start last year. Obviously, it made sense for him not to stay there when he got Suoliti, Manu, Billy Smith, who had an absolute tear to end the year. In the centers, we got Tommy Taylor and Garrick. Garrick, I expect to play both the wing and fullback as well. Saab next to him on the right. Brooks DC, the halves. Paseka, Croker, Alloway in the starting front row. Bullymore, I'm going to start on the right. I'm not playing Olakau'atu. Burbo on the left because Schuster's concerns, and he was great next to Brooks from what we saw in the brief highlights in that trial match. Jake Turbo, I've got him at 13. I want to see him connecting with Croker, Brooks, and DC before Vegas. And then on the bench, I've got Jamie Humphries picking Gordon Chen Kum Tong for the 14 jersey. By all accounts, he was terrific against South Sydney. And I think it would be a better utility because he's also a half. Corey Waddell, Carl Lawton, Nathan Brown, and then that's my 17. My 3 extra players are Jake Arthur, who I expect will come on for, Cherry, and someone will probably come on for Brooks as well. Veiga, I expect to see, Garrick Akula will probably come off in the second half. Then Gordon Chan Kum Tong. I do want to see him play at 9. But that 14 jersey, I think between those two is really up for grabs. But Hainsey, let me know the 17 that these blokes are going to destroy this weekend.
Oh no, I'll do my best. So obviously, guys, this is just a predicting lineup. This is not the lineup. It's going to be, and most likely it's going to be completely wrong. So, but we're just doing it as our best anyway. So obviously, no brainer. We're going to go with Tedesco at fullback. I think the captain, he'll play, get some minutes under him. Now, this is where it gets interesting because there's been a lot of thoughts about who's going to be on the wing, who's going to be in the centers for the Roosters this year. Now, I think I'll go with Tupou on the wing with Dom Young. And then I think we're not going to play Manu. I reckon we're going to go Suoliti and Billy Smith in the centers. I think Manu won't play. Maybe might be on the bench somewhere, but I reckon we're going to go Suoliti and Billy Smith. Halves of Kieran Walker, no brainer. Front row, obviously Jared Reed-Hargreaves. I think he'll be on the bench. I don't think he will play a lot of minutes. So I'm going to go with Lindsay Collins and Spencer Lenu. Our hooker, now obviously Brandon Smith won't be playing because he's in the All-Stars camp for the Maui All-Stars. They play on the Friday, so he's unavailable. So I'm going to lock it. Is Connor Watson playing for the Indigenous All-Stars team? I don't think so. I didn't think about that.
Yes, I think he is.
He is.
I think he is.
Right. Okay, so in that case, I'll have to go Sand and Smith at 9. Have to go Sand and Smith at 9 then. And then in our back row, I'll just double check. I'll check the All-Star squad. Okay. All right, so in our back row, so obviously the king of could be anything, Siwa Wong. Alongside Egan Butcher. I think Egan Butcher will be our 12. 13 will be Victor the Inflictor Radley. And then we've got our 14 to 23. So I'll go Nafua White, Satili Tupanua, Nat Butcher. And our 17, I think Jared Reed-Hargreaves will be in there somewhere. Then obviously Manu, 18. Zach Docker-Clay also as a utility. He'll be in the squad somewhere. Alex Young, the brother of Dom Young, he'll be in this team somewhere. Your brother, Big Puppy, Dylan Napa, I reckon he'll play some minutes over the week. And there he is. There he is. And I think that's where we're going to be rounding out there. I think that's most likely our lineup this week looking at. And obviously we're going to have reserves in case they play 40 minutes. So the likes of Ethan King at fullback. He'll be in there somewhere. Robert Toya, coming off an ACL injury, he'll be in around the team as well. He's scary to look. He could be anything. He's one of those could be anything to Robert Toya as well. So I think that's where we're leaning towards. I think that's where our squad is looking at. Paddy looking like an idiot as usual. But yeah, so I reckon that's where we're leaning up for the trial this weekend. What are your thoughts?
I think what's going to be very interesting is not just the battle for the front row, which I alluded to. I think Reed-Hargreaves will probably play with the young guys in that second half. If he does play, I'm interested to see how Robbo goes because you got Tyrell May, Spencer Leniu. Lindsay Collins is the one who's obviously going to start, and we saw Robbo last year trust him with huge minutes and deservingly so. Got an Australian call-up, deservingly so. So I think that'll be very interesting to see how Robbo wants to play his middle forwards because you got so many and they're so bloody good. Also, the back five. I actually agree with you. I don't think Manu will play. I think that I would actually, out of everyone in their back five, Tupou is my one that's 100% certain. I think that he's just been so good. He does a job. He's always been overhated in Origin for some reason. I know Dominic Young's the big buy, but I think Daniel Tupou is one of the, I think he might be the Roosters all-time leading try scorer. You can correct me on that one.
He is. He's the leading try scorer.
And then
can't leave him out. I don't get.
Yeah, I'm keeping Daniel Tupou on that spot no matter what, which leaves very interesting because Billy Smith was a gun on that left center spot. And Suaalii, for the games he played at center, wasn't that great compared to both Billy Smith and Joey Manu. So I think they'll
100%.
go Billy Smith on the left, Suaalii on the right. And I think that if Smith, he's just re-signed long term, I don't think he's going anywhere from Robbo starting 17. If Suaalii, I think, is the one to watch, I think there's a very good chance that if Dom Young plays up to what we saw at him last year, Tupou does Tupou things, Manu's going to be in that side no matter what because he's Joey bloody Manu. I think Suaalii might be the one in trouble. So I think they'll go Billy Smith at left center because they'll prioritize him. But those two, I think it's probably the most important game for them because I think if Suaalii comes out and has a hat trick, then I think he starts at center. That's going to be a very interesting battle. I think Sam Walker, Luke Keary, you want to see them combine. They did it at the back end of last year. I think this is finally the year to just have Sam Walker be the guy. Keary's always been in his best when he's stuck to that left corridor. Give Sam Walker the keys. I mean, your best year in previous years was 2021. And that's when Sam Walker was the guy with Drew Hutchinson. And Keary's better than Hutchinson. So I'd be making Sam Walker the guy. So those are my big three things for the Roosters in this trial match.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more. I feel like we're going to do a little bit of a rotation as well. I reckon Suaalii might play wing and centre throughout the game. I think they're going to swap him around, even fullback as well. Who knows? But it's going to be really interesting, and it's a good thing to have right now that we've got an absolute gun and potential gun in Billy Smith fighting over who's going to be in the 17. And there's the same thing. Oh, I forgot Angus Crichton as well. He will be in there as well. And there's another thing. In our forward pack, who's going to be fitting into that 17? It's so stacked, and I cannot wait for the season ahead. But obviously, it is just a trial, and hopefully, whatever happens on Saturday, we have what we get out of the trial. If we have our team gelling and our new players play well, and Robbo has his team set for round 1 or round 0, round 1. But as long as that happens, I'm okay with the result over the next 2 weeks. And I think you'll be the same. Get your team 100% ready to go. And obviously, you guys want to win the preseason challenge because that's what Manly can do. They're preseason flat track bullies.
I'd rather be a bully than not a bully.
Perfect. And that's, we'll quickly wrap it up. We've got about 5 minutes left before this thing ends. Prediction prediction. We'll start with you, Paddy. What do you think the scoreline's going to be come Saturday?
I don't think the full-time score will matter. I think if these are the two, look, we're probably both completely wrong, but if these other predicted teams within that first half will give us both a bit of a gauge going into round 1 in Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world, will be both deserved to be, mind you. I'm going to back us because we are the kings of February and we beat your full team with a Cooper Johns last year. So I'll go us by 10 to 12. But like I said, I'm more interested in, just keep little things. The things that you can be good at, not in your control. Your kick chase, set completions, all the hard stuff. I'm interested to see how we go on that. But this is going to be a very fun trial match. And honestly, I don't care if we lose by 40, just no bloody injuries for both teams. That's the number one thing. No injuries, please.
So there's the reason why Turbo's not playing, because we don't want any injuries.
Tommy Turbo is going full load management NBA style this year. We're playing the Roosters. We better play him because we might win. We're playing the Tigers. We'll rest him.
Okay.
Full load management this year.
That makes complete sense. Completely agreed. I might go with a 26-20 win. High scoring game. I think it'll be a good game of rugby league. Obviously, this is probably the game of the round, you could say, because they're two teams that will always play well in preseason.
Yep.
I don't think there's really much standouts in the Charity Shield, but we all know that the South City will put 50 past the Dragons in a Charity Shield.
Well.
Insane that there's no one playing, but maybe the Dragons.
Wow.
We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I'd like to thank Paddy for jumping on. Really appreciate your time, Paddy. We'll definitely bump into each other when the season begins. Best of luck for this weekend and best of luck in Vegas. Hope you beat those South Sydney losers in Vegas, and we'll see you round 2 at Brookie.
Thanks, big dog. Can't wait. I'll see you plenty of times this year. And look, Broncos club in crisis. Reynolds and Carrigan, no limit card coming soon. So the Roosters are going to kick them apart in Vegas.
That'd be nice, especially against the Broncos.
And you got the direct flight, you bastard. You got the direct flight too.
Get out of the
So
corners,
you have
man.
to win.
Corners 787 Dreamline. It's the best airline in the world. And the Broncos can lick their knees in economy with Fijian Airlines. Cop that, you losers. But yeah, but anyway, it's gonna be fun preseason, fun Vegas trip, and it's gonna be a fun season. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. If you're new around here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Haynes_IT. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, bye for now.